Thanks for staying with us on SABC News. It's day 2 of the District Development Model Conference at the University of Stellenbosch. That model aims to improve the coherence and impact of government service delivery with a special focus on 44 districts and 8 metros around the country. SABC News reporter Lulama Matya is at that conference and joins us live. Very good afternoon to Lulama. What have you been hearing so far?
Good afternoon, Zinga, and the viewers at home. Indeed, day 2 of the conference, 1 day left before it ends. Deliberations are continuing and discussions are continuing here with representatives from the country's municipalities. I am joined by the mayor of eThekwini, Mr. Mxolisi Kaunda, who is joining this conference. He has been here yesterday, he's here today. But Mayor, I think let us start, before we go to the matters of the conference, let us start with what happened in KwaZulu-Natal with the recent floods.
We are part of the DDM pilots as a city, as a metro in South Africa. What we have seen is that during COVID-19, we have seen how DDM as a service delivery model can work in practical terms. We've been working together in our COVID-19 council with national departments, provincial departments, and our local government. And we've seen the result of that. As a result, we are chosen as the best COVID-19 council in the province of KwaZulu-Natal by the Premier. But we have also seen this in the recent tornadic activity that we have experienced in the city, where the Minister of Human Settlement came with her team, the minister, the premier of the province, with the MECs and ourselves as local government, working together to put a good package as a response, as social relief and many other interventions, so that our people can be assisted during this hard time. And we know we are a storm and a floods city that has been really hit hard by all these catastrophic events. But we are working with our communities on the recovery path. And we know that from the previous year, the 2022 floods, we are also now at the stage where we are starting to build houses for the families who became the victims of floods.
You have been a victim of floods for 2 consecutive years, last year and this year. This model is aimed at bringing together the 3 spheres of government, so to accelerate service delivery. You're talking about the reconstruction and the rebuilding of houses in KwaZulu-Natal following the floods. What would you say then the model is aimed at, besides the province benefiting from the construction of houses? What other benefits is the province and the metro is getting?
Yeah, look, the visit conducted by the President of the Republic and all the ministers, in fact, they were able to identify the areas of their intervention, and we are happy with the support that they are giving to us as a city on the recovery path, because we understand that alone we can't do everything. We need intervention. But we have also taken advantage of the DDM. If you look at how our port has been suffering in terms of congestion, we then developed a decongestion strategy. That strategy has now started to yield positive results. Together with national and provincial government, we have put our resources. There is now a new bypass road in the port of eThekwini, which then enhances the work that the city is doing, especially on the trade aspect, because those business people have been complaining that it's over-congested, the port of eThekwini. As a result, other ports in Africa have surpassed us. So those are the kind of interventions which we have seen practically happening. But we are also targeting, because to stimulate the economy and growth of our city, we are having a priority of 10 catalytic projects. In those 10 catalytic projects, we have unlocked some of the challenges which have been there, including the challenges of the AIEs, environmental impact assessments, the EIAs, as well as the water licenses. So by having national departments, provincial departments. So when we are faced with these challenges, it's easy to unlock them through this model of DDM. We have also identified many other benefits which as a city we can say it became it made a good impact in the city. That includes how we respond on the issues of safer cities. We are a pilot of safer cities. We were able to put together our fusion center. That fusion center is there to apply technology in the fight against crime, because we know that criminals, they also use the same technology to deal with criminal activities. So those are the kind of activities that the city has benefited upon. Yes, there are challenges. Some of the challenges that we're supposed to be having one plan, which we have put together, and it is awaiting to be gazetted, that plan of eThekwini. But that plan needs to involve a national, provincial, and local government. So when we budget, it should not only be about planning together, but we should also allocate budgets in accordance with those plans that have been developed. Of course, those plans should be informed by the National Development Plan, Provincial Growth and Development Strategy, and our own plans at a municipal level. So we still need to concretize our systems when it comes to that, so that we can make DDMs work better. Put these on the performance assessments of all the levels, spheres of government, so that those who are in charge of administration, they'll then be measured on their performance through these key performance indicators on how they are delivering, on ensuring that we enhance the work in the DDM and our people see the benefit, how the DDM can turn things around in our own space of local government.
In 20 seconds, DDM is also about spatial planning in the relocation and the reconstruction following the floods. What are you doing?
Yes, if you look at the spatial development framework of the city, we have already started a process with Amakhosi, the traditional leadership in the city. We have allocated budget. We said, look, we need to work together, because for us to respond on the issues of disaster, it is a societal matter which requires the intervention from Amakhosi. So we have started that process. That report will be brought back by end of July. So already there are teams on the ground working with Amakhosi, and the youth has been appointed to participate in that program, conducting land audit. What is left? What can be reserved for whatever social development purposes. So that's a work that we are doing as a city, and we hope that once we conclude that framework, we'll then be in a good position to integrate the areas of Amakhosi, the traditional authority areas, into our own spatial development framework, so that they are not left behind. We move together.
Thank you very much for your time. Zinga, that was the mayor of eThekwini, Mxolisi Kaunda. The eThekwini municipality is a pilot project for this district development model for municipalities. They have been severely affected, as he's saying that spatial planning is part of the DDM model, and they are implementing that as the city of Cape Town in their reconstruction of the damaged structures and infrastructure following the floods. With that, back to you at the studio.
Lulama Matya, thanks for that update.